but Matt's dreams were bigger than his greed. Before the invitations were sent, she fled. She traveled east on a local bus that took her to Cambodia's capital, Phnom Penh, where she transferred to a regional taxi to Preang province on the eastern edge of Cambodia, mere miles from Vietnam. Her older brother lived there. He was sensible. He was kind. He would, she hoped, hide her. But it was 1967, and that strip of earth along the Cambodia-Vietnam border shook and broke open beneath her feet when bombs from American B-52s burst in the paddies. The night sky lit up with machine gun fire from the jungles, and she ran to the riverbed with her brother and his family, cupping her ears against the whistle of weapons, curling her body against the dirt, somersaulting all around her. A thought sprinted across her mind. I could die here. In the end, a part of her did, along with an estimated 150,000 Cambodians, casualties of a Western war imported to Vietnam, then stretched into Cambodia. Collateral damage was what the Americans said. My mother realized she could stay with her brother and die trying to hide, or she could go back home and get married. What do you do when you cannot go in the water or come up on land? I was 2 when my mother taught me how to run and hide. Mui pi bay rot, she would say. 1, 2, 3, run! Rot buon! Run, hide! And I would scoot off the sofa and skedaddle for a far corner or a closet or a bed cover and stay perfectly still. Rot buon! A game we played. I laughed and laughed when she found me, never successful in tricking her. She always knew where to look. But then, 1 year later, another kind of running. Get down, Matt said, hastily fastening her seatbelt, eyes darting. Keep quiet. She'd woken us kids from our slumber and rushed us to the car. Like this, I said, my body laid out on the back seat with my sister Chun. She craned her neck to check the rearview mirror. Yes, Gone, she said, lower. I rolled to the floorboard. My brother Soap was jumpy in his seat. Where are we going? He asked, peering out the passenger side window as our mother shoved the car's gear into reverse and we shot, like a rocket, clear out of the driveway and into the lamplit stillness of our street. No eskiem, she snapped. Stay still. Her voice starched with tension, struggling through her tears to shush her babies. I felt the ridges of the plastic floorboard, cold and gritty, stamp their pattern into my cheek and heard my own wheezing. Before she told us to duck, I had caught a glimpse of him, standing in the darkened doorway, hands on his hips, his lips spitting words I could not hear through the closed car window. Why were we leaving my father? There was so much I didn't yet know, things about my parents' lives and our family's past that I would eventually come to learn by watching, and later, by asking. I didn't know, for instance, that my mother had run away from her husband, from her family, before, or that duty was what brought her back every time, because a Khmer wife stays. I also did not know that when your mother teaches you to run and hide, you will keep doing it until it forms into habit, until it becomes your very best skill. My mother, Putsata Reang, raised 4 daughters and 2 sons, including 2 of my cousins whom she loved like her own, not counting 5 other cousins who had passed through our home on a lunch lady's salary. She called us Gone, a term of endearment reserved for one's children, and she used it liberally whether we were hers or not. We called her Mat, until the first stray grays peeked from her hairnet, and then she became Yetom, or Big Grandma, because she was the eldest of her siblings who had escaped the genocide in Cambodia and immigrated to America. And in our culture, to be the eldest was to be the mother, to have the duty of taking care of everyone. Mat had a heart big enough to hold us all, and we thrived. We graduated high school and then college, and then left her, one by one, to go on and become the thing she most wanted us to be. The kind of people whose offices she'd once dusted and mopped, who spent their days clacking at a computer keyboard with nameplates on their desks.